Commander Masters is bringing us some new cards in the Commander decks, and for the first time since Shadows over Innistrad, we have some new Eldrazi cards. So I'm going to do a very quick tier list of the new Eldrazi cards, based on how excited I am to slot them into my Gazella the Broken Blade Commander deck. I previously covered this deck on the channel, and it's an Eldrazi tribal deck in mono white. So let's get started, and we'll work from the smallest mana value to the largest. First up, Ormethus, Ghostfire Initiate, an X-cost colourless card that can kinda act like a draw spell when it dies. For this tier list, this is a terrible Eldrazi, mainly because it's actually a Spirit Naga, and with XX as a cost, it's also pretty expensive to actually cast. Definitely not going in my deck. Skittering Cicada, a 3-mana flash creature that gets a temporary boost when you cast a colourless spell. Not bad, but again, terrible Eldrazi because it's actually an insect. Definitely not going in. Abstruse Archaic is a 4-mana 3/4 with Vigilance that can copy a triggered ability or activated ability. It's an interesting creature and does kinda look like an Eldrazi, but it's actually an avatar, so again, pretty bad as an Eldrazi. Could be useful in other decks though, so reasonable card at least. Ugin's Mastery, a 4-mana enchantment that kinda gives you card draw with Manifest whenever you cast a colourless card. Also lets you cheat things into play when you attack with a big enough force. I don't think this is some sort of powerhouse card, as 4-mana enchantments need to be quite good, but I think I'd find a place for this, at least to test with for a while. Calamity of the Titans, a 6-mana exile wipe as long as you have a big colourless spell in your hand. This is great for a colourless deck, but in my mono white deck this is kinda less important since white already has good board wipes. I think it's worth a try at least, but it would really suck to draw this in the late game if you don't have a lot of cards in hand. It does however get bonus points for having an Eldrazi on the art. Next up is Zul'Adok, Void Gorger. This is the face card for the deck, and it's a slam dunk for any Eldrazi themed deck. It's a 6-mana creature and gives you double cascade on all the bigger Eldrazi from 7 CMC or up. Fantastic, absolutely top tier right here. This now becomes the official 5th legendary Eldrazi and obviously needs to be run. Next up, Desecrate Reality. A 7-mana exile 3 is pretty good. Then you also get the upside of reanimating something from your graveyard, assuming you're casting this in a 1-color or colourless deck. This is really good, and it's really only let down because it can only deal with even mana cost permanents. This is definitely mid-tier for my deck, but would be good for a colourless deck where removal is much harder to get. Darksteel Monolith. What the fuck is this? Why is there a Phyrexian card in my Eldrazi deck? Get that out of here, don't even want to look at it. Flare of Loyalties. Oh yeah, a new 10-cost Eldrazi that steals another creature for a turn and makes it into a huge Eldrazi. I love it, and it would potentially be a great finisher if you have a big creature at the table. The fact it comes with Annihilator 2 and Trample also helps, and it's basically like a germ wearing Eldrazi conscription that just conscripts other creatures for a turn. Great flavour, great art, great creature type. Rise of the Eldrazi. And we come to the ultimate card of this deck. Have you ever wanted to get the cast trigger for all 3 of the original Eldrazi at the same time? Well, now you can. On top of that, it also can't be countered, so you aren't taking a huge risk by dumping 12 mana into casting this. I love it. It's flavorful, it plays homage to the Eldrazi, and it's just an all-round fun, splashy commander card. And that's it for the new cards. My Eldrazi deck is going to get the biggest shake-up it's had in years, and I'm going to love it. Now, there are some good cards in the other decks as well, but they didn't really rock the boat as much as these new Eldrazi have. But I do want to mention one card in particular, For the Ancestors, which I believe is in the Slivers deck, which is going straight into my Centaur tribal deck, because, well, look at the art, it's a no-brainer. Otherwise, that's it for this short video, so thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again next time.